Welcome to Together Spartanburg. My name is Susie Lalama, and I am the conductor of the Spartanburg Philharmonic Youth Orchestra. In today's episode, you'll have a backstage pass to the making of our youth orchestra, our inaugural season, and what the future holds for the youth orchestra. The idea to start the youth orchestra started a few years ago. It was about 2018 where some folks from the Spartanburg Philharmonic office felt that it would be a good idea to really, how can we expand into the community and really start thinking about the musicians, the young musicians who are really eager to learn more and expand their skills and their knowledge and their love of music. So the meetings began, and the right personnel was formed within the Philharmonic office, and all of a sudden these meetings started to become real. By January 2019, the youth orchestra had already had the green light to go ahead and to start the conductor search, to start audition processes, to really get out into the community. And let me tell you, there was so much support from everyone. Everyone knew that this was going to be a great idea for our community, from the schools, all the music teachers, the private instructors, the patrons of the Spartanburg Philharmonic were really enthusiastic about hearing and learning about the youth orchestra and really how we can expand our presence overall into just more people that love music. When I came on board around April of 2019, I was immediately loving the atmosphere and the energy that the Spartanburg Philharmonic had provided in starting this youth orchestra. I have the privilege of working with two of the best people that I get to call my colleagues that are the co-managers of the youth orchestra, Bob Borden and Helen Tipton. They are the mind and the soul of the orchestra, and they really take care of all of the tiny itty-bitty things that need to happen to make this orchestra run. Before I knew it, we were already in August, ready to start our first rehearsal. So we picked some music and had auditions and seating auditions. And the first rehearsal, we had about an 86-member orchestra. And I was blown away by the talent, by the dedication, by just the students' energy and love for music. So rehearsals for the Spartanburg Philharmonic Youth Orchestra take place on Sunday afternoons. This past season, we had a 2-hour block with our orchestra, and while there's never enough time to fully rehearse, we worked really hard. We used our time well. We had a lot of times, if it was large ensemble rehearsal, or sometimes we broke into sectionals or even larger group sectionals, just as in, all strings or all winds, and to help make sure everybody's skills were ready to play the music that we were rehearsing. Now, some people ask me, how do I pick music for this elite group of school-age students? And the answer, it's tough. A lot of these students, the range for this year's orchestra was 8th grade through 12th grade, so their skill sets are different. And we have, while they're all very talented, this was an audition-based orchestra, and they were hungry and ready for more. I had to think about music that was going to be complementary to all different levels. So there were some challenging pieces, and then there were some a little bit lighter. But overall, we were really pushing to make this experience about these students really learning this repertoire that maybe they won't be able to have a chance to play, or maybe they just never even heard before. For each concert cycle, there was probably about 8, maybe 9 rehearsals that we would meet, so about 9 Sundays that we would come together and rehearse in our different setups, sections or full ensemble. And it was tough, but it was so much fun. And I love hearing the students, their improvement from week to week. It's audible, and it is awesome. They are excited about the music. They are excited about the challenge and about just getting better. And I love the youth orchestra. I love working with these students because they're as passionate as I am for music. Mussorgsky's Night on Bald Mountain is a piece that comes to mind that we spent a lot of hours in rehearsal, cleaning and fine tuning, and I think they did a fabulous job on performance. Another piece that comes to mind, especially in the first concert cycle, was Khachaturian's Masquerade Suite. We spent some time really not just getting the technique down and pitch and intonation, but really trying to capture the style of that glorious piece. Joining us to share a little bit more about his experience with the Spartanburg Philharmonic Youth Orchestra is our concertmaster, Hayden Green. Hayden, thank you so much for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit from your perspective, what has it been like to play with the Spartanburg Philharmonic Youth Orchestra?
It's been enlightening almost to play with like peers that live closer to me with other schools that aren't like in Greenville, because I was originally in Carolina Youth Symphony, and SPYO was way more convenient, and I've enjoyed it just so much, the entire experience.
That's great, and I love that you now get to work with a little bit more of the students that are at least in our Spartanburg area, and it just makes it a little bit closer to home. But now you can work with students that are from other schools that you may see them like in all-state orchestra or region orchestra. So it's nice that you can kind of keep building those relationships too. Now we've played some interesting pieces, some challenging pieces this season. Tell me, which one do you think was the most challenging piece?
I think it was the Khachaturian Masquerade Suite, because it wasn't only technically difficult, but the musicality needed to play it well. It needed to be there, and I think we pulled it off pretty well in the end.
Oh yeah, I love that piece too. That was the inspiration for that first concert. So putting that together, I remember it was hard, but I agree with you. I think we did a nice job on it. We have, as you know, we have auditions coming up this next month, and we have our junior youth orchestra, and of course we have their senior youth orchestra. So I want to know, do you have any advice for these students that could be auditioning? Because you've now auditioned not just for this orchestra, you mentioned the other youth orchestra in town that you were part of, and you've done all state orchestras. And what advice could you give to students who are auditioning for SPYO?
So when it comes to auditioning, especially now that you can record, just make sure that you practice enough so you have the best recording you can possibly have, because you won't have the whole nerves thing, because I know that's a big thing for some people, and it's a big thing for me. And I think that if you enjoy it, you will thrive in this orchestra.
Excellent advice. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Hayden, for joining us, and I will be hearing your audition soon. Bye.
See you.
Now, the announcement was made already that our youth orchestra is now expanding. So our future, we will actually have 2 youth orchestras, the Junior Youth Orchestra and the Senior Youth Orchestra. The Junior Youth Orchestra will be an advanced middle school aged string orchestra. So we're talking 6th through 8th grade strings only. The Senior Orchestra will remain a full orchestra, grades 9 through 12, and it includes all the instruments, winds, brass, percussion, and strings. Now, here to tell us a little bit more about the Junior Youth Orchestra, here is our conductor, Miss Johanna Wilson. Hi, Johanna. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If I'm mistaken, aren't you from Spartanburg?
I am from Spartanburg. I graduated from Spartanburg High School several years ago and went to USC and got my music ed degree. And now I'm retired and I'm coming back home. And thank you so much for having me.
Oh, welcome home. We are so glad that you're going to be joining our team and working with the Junior Youth Orchestra. There's a lot of planning that goes on with the Junior Youth Orchestras. Can you tell me a little bit on what you see is happening with the Junior Youth Orchestra? What is the outlook for next season?
For this upcoming season, we're looking for 6th through 8th grade students, advanced middle school students who are looking for a challenge, who want to play with other people in the community that have the same vision they do, and they want to enhance their experience and their playing skills.
Excellent, excellent. So this is not a beginner youth orchestra. This is definitely advanced middle school. What kind of music will these students really be playing? What types of music?
We will be looking at music from the classics like Beethoven and Bach, and then a lot of several pieces of new music, composers that are live now, and then probably look at maybe a fiddle tune or two just to have something that's upbeat and happy.
Those are always so much fun. I know. I enjoy those too. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will see each other soon.
Okay. Thank you, Susie. Be well. Wash your hands.
Right. Auditions for the Spartanburg Philharmonic Youth Orchestra are around the corner. All recorded auditions are due by June 1st. You can find all information on our website. So let's keep encouraging our students, our young musicians, to keep playing and to keep music in our lives. Can't wait to see you at our next concert. Thank you, everyone.